What's up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing this board from Maddness Skateboards. So I had one board from Maddness that I really liked. It was a regular popsicle shape, but it had these wheel wells, so I decided to get another one. Now that one had this little carbon fiber inlay on the top sheet, and it made it pop really well. So this one doesn't have any carbon fiber. It's one of those resin 7 decks. So, you know, it's a good quality deck. It's got a good pop. The main problem I have with this board, the thing that makes it worse than like a regular old school board, like an old Santa Cruz, you know, deck from the 80s, is the tail. This tail is too small. I do not want to buy an old school board that is 10 inches wide through here that has a tail that's only 7 inches long. So the tail, I measured it from the bolt holes to the tip, and it's 7 inches. It's about like a regular skateboard deck, but when you have this flat shape on the back and a tail that's only the same size as a normal skateboard deck, it makes it feel kind of small. So I feel like I can't get a lot of pop. It's flat and it's small, short, it's not steep at all. So I feel like I have a lot of trouble doing flip tricks with this board. It's pretty flat throughout the whole board, like right through the middle where it's 10. There's not a lot of concave there, like the Anti-Hero board that I did the last deck review on. That board is amazing, great for kick flips. It's 10.1, but it flips so well. I can do tray flips on it. I let a bunch of people skate this board at the park, people who are really good at tray flips, and everybody had trouble doing tray flips. Nobody could tray flip this thing. My friend Logan, he eventually tray flipped it, but he was trying like to give enough force to normally do like a tray double, and eventually it actually flipped. But the flick on this, you can get used to it and you can start doing kick flips, but once you get used to it, you're used to it. And then when you try to go back to another deck, you're used to this big wide flat deck. Now I didn't give this a fair chance because I did put some really loose, wobbly Thunder trucks on there. They're a little bit smaller than the board. So with the loose trucks, the flat board, and the lack of pop, you know, it just made flip tricks really hard. I felt like when I was leaning in to flick the trick that the trucks would move a lot just because they were really loose. The bushings are smashed and compressed in the back, and I think that's a lot of the problem with these trucks. That back bushing is just smashed down. So yeah, that gave me a little bit of like an unfair test on this. But besides that, like, the nose is great. Like, if they could have just put a big steep tail on this thing. The reason I bought this is because I was looking for an old school board with a big nose. So I bought this one first and love the nose. The nose is great for Ollie's and like catching that front foot, but the tail just completely destroyed this board for me. Like, I could not get used to that. You can see that there is some concave on this, because even with rails you still scratch off the middle of the graphic. But for me, being over 10 inches wide, it just feels flat. So I've got a little VeggieTales drawing here on the top, and then yeah, we've got Bones wheels. So that's the board. If you haven't seen my other video on the Anti-Hero board, it's kind of the same shape as this, but it's a little bit bigger and it's got a really big steep tail. That board just made it so easy to ollie over the pyramid. Like, I feel like I just float over the pyramid. This thing, I couldn't ollie the pyramid with this. There's no way. I can barely kickflip this. Like, I can barely do a flat ground kickflip, and I've been doing kickflips my whole life since I was a little kid. Okay, so other than performance, it's beautiful. Like, this is a really nice looking board. The wheel wells, the staining, the painting on there, like the graphic, it is a beautiful board. That's another reason why I got this board. Maddness makes some amazing styles and graphics. So yeah, I would suggest this to somebody who really doesn't like to ollie. If they just want a cruiser board, this would be great. It would feel great for a cruiser board because you got a lot of space up here. But if you want to do flip tricks or skate ramps, you're not going to feel comfortable with this tiny tail. It'd be great for a little cruiser board. You know, little tiny ollies off curbs, cruising around the city. It's a beautiful board. So yeah, don't buy this for skate parks. Don't buy this for flip tricks. Buy it for a cruiser board. I'm going to have a lot more reviews on different trucks and decks and wheels and stuff like that. I've got a lot of new stuff. I've got those Grind King trucks that haven't been around for 10 years, and I'm really excited about doing a video on those, so stay tuned. If you like this kind of content, reviews, tutorials, and videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a skateboarder, then hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.